Hello, algebra students. This is the last video for this week. We're going to be working with solving systems of equations by elimination. So far we've already covered graphing and substitution, and I know substitution is kind of a tough one to do, but elimination is a little bit easier so long as we have certain things in place. Okay? So let's take a look at one. Here we go. Here's my system. It's really good to use elimination when you notice that one of your variables has the same coefficient. And conveniently enough, this one has the opposite. So if you have a negative and a positive, that's even better. Because if I add these two equations together, I would get 8x, y disappears, equals 16. Well, guess what? I just eliminated one of my variables. I can solve an equation for one variable. So to get rid of that 8, I'm going to divide by 8, and I get x equals 2. Alright, well that's only half of my solution, right? We have to have an x and a y. So I'm going to come back to one of my original equations before we did anything. So 5x minus y equals 12. I'm going to plug it in. So 5 times 2 minus y equals 12. So 10 minus y equals 12. And then we're going to solve for y. So subtract 10 from both sides. I'm going to start over here. Negative y is equal to 2. So y equals negative 2. So your answer is 2, negative 2. It's a little cleaner than substitution, but as long as you use the columns with your substitution, you should be okay. Now, sometimes when you use elimination, they aren't quite ready to go yet. So on this one, I know I can eliminate this 6, but I need one of them to be negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this whole equation by negative 1. So I'll get negative 6c plus 2d equals negative 12. And now I can completely ignore that one and combine them just like I did over here. 6 minus 6, not a zilch. 7 plus 2 is 9d equals, if I add these two together, I get negative 27. Solving for 9, I'm going to divide by 9, and I get d equals negative 3. There's half my answer. I'm going to choose the one that I did not change to substitute back into. So 6c plus 7 times 3 equals negative 15. So 6c plus 21 equals negative 15. So we're going to subtract 21. 6c equals negative 36. Divide by 6. c equals negative 6. Now, if you recall, in the last video, I told you that the usual way of doing this is to put the first letter in the alphabet first, and then the second one. So your answer would look like this. Negative 6, negative 3. Okay? Let's try one more just for fun. I'm going to see if I can find one that suits my case here. Nope. Okay, good. Let's do number 4. Number 4 is ready to go. I already have y canceled out. So I have 6x equals 24. Divide by 6. X equals 4. Then I take one of my original equations, whichever one you want, and substitute it back in. So 4 times 4 minus 3y equals negative 2. So 16 minus 3y equals negative 2. Subtract 16 from both sides. Now I have negative 3y equals negative 18. Divide by negative 3. Y is equal to 6. So your answer is 4, 6. Now I know I've gone through a lot in a short period of time on this. If you need me to slow down, remember you have the pause button. Pause it before I move on so that you can stay up when you're taking notes. If y'all ever have any questions, make sure that you ask them. Be sure that you fill out the form, and I'll see you tomorrow.